Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once there was a little girl called Goldilocks. What a sweet child, said someone new in town. That's what you think, said the neighbors. One morning, Goldilocks' mother sent her to buy muffins in the next village. You must promise not to take the shortcut through the forest, she said. I've heard the bears live there. I promise, said Goldilocks. But to tell the truth, Goldilocks was one of those little girls who do exactly as they please. And look, right here it says, danger, very risky, not a good idea. Turn back, go the other way. Meanwhile, in the clearing deeper inside the forest, in a charming house all their own, a family of brown bears was sitting down to breakfast. Patooey, cried the big old bear. This porridge is scalding hot. I've burned my tongue, I'm dying, cried Baby Bear. Now, really, said the medium bear, who was of medium size. That's quite enough. I know, said Big Bear. Why don't we go for a spin while the porridge is cooling? Excellent, said the medium bear. So they got on their rusty old bike and off they went, singing tra, la, la. A few minutes later, Goldilocks arrived at the bear's house. She walked right in without even bothering to knock. Get her at the door. On the dining room table were 3 inviting bowls of porridge. There was a large one, a medium one, and a small one. I don't mind if I do, said Goldilocks, helping herself to the biggest bowl. But the porridge in the biggest bowl was much too hot. Patooey, cried Goldilocks, and she spat it out. Next she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl, but that porridge was much too cold. In fact, then Goldilocks tasted the porridge in the little bowl, and it was just right. Neither too hot nor too cold. She liked it so much, she gobbled it all up. Feeling full and satisfied, Goldilocks thought it would be great fun to have a look around. Right away, she noticed a lot of coarse brown fur everywhere. They must have kitties, she thought. In the parlor, there were 3 chairs. I don't mind if I do, she said, climbing onto the biggest one. She's upside down. But the biggest chair was much too hard, and she couldn't get comfortable. Next, she sat in the medium-sized chair, and that chair was much too soft. And she thought she might never get out of it. Then Goldilocks sat in the little chair, and that was just right. Neither too hard nor too soft. In fact, she liked it so much that she rocked and rocked until the chair fell completely to pieces. Now, all that rocking left Goldilocks quite tuckered out. I could take a little snooze, she said. So she went for a look to look for a comfy place to nap. Upstairs were 3 beds. I don't mind if I do, said Goldilocks, and she got into the biggest one. But the head of the biggest bed was much too high. Next she tried the medium-sized bed, but the head of that bed was much too low. Then Goldilocks tried the little bed, and it was just right. Soon she was all nice and cozy and sound asleep. She did not hear the bears come home. The 3 bears were mighty hungry, but when they went in for breakfast, they could scarcely believe their eyes. Somebody has been in my porridge, said the big bear. Somebody's been in my porridge, said the medium bear. Somebody's been in my porridge, said baby bear, and eaten it all up. In the parlor, the 3 bears were in for another surprise. Somebody's been sitting in my chair, said the big bear. Somebody's been sitting in my chair, said the medium bear. And somebody's been sitting in my chair, said the baby bear, and broken it to smithereens. The 3 bears went upstairs on tippy-toe, not knowing what they would discover. At first, everything seemed fine, but then Big Bear lay down on the big brass bed. Somebody's been lying in my bed, said the big bear. Look at his face, he looks angry. Egads, cried the medium bear. Somebody's been lying in my bed. Look, cried Baby Bear. Somebody's been lying in my bed, and she's still there. Now you see here, said the big bear, and Goldilocks woke up to a start, and her eyes nearly popped out of her head. But before the bears could demand a proper explanation, Goldilocks was out of bed, out the window, and on her way home. Who was that little girl? Asked Baby Bear. I have no idea, said the medium bear, but I hope we never see her again. And they never did. The